Okay, let me take a quick survey here. How many of you are those nice people that you see someone at school, at work, they're new and they don't talk to a lot of people, so you go up and introduce yourself and be nice? Raise your hand. Wonderful. Let me ask you another question. How many times has that backfired on you? So today I am here to share my stalker story. These stories are my favorite to watch on YouTube ever because I get entertainment like out of other people's sorrows. Now, when it's like crazy, like they're showing up at your house trying to kill you or whatever. Okay, that's obviously one thing and that's not okay. But when it's just like funny stuff like Facebook stalking, Tinder stuff, it is my favorite. So I am here to finally share my story. This happened, in 2012. That was like 3 years ago. So I'm here 3 years later to share my story. So it all started when I was a waitress. Actually, I think I was hosting at the time. I hadn't started actually waitressing. But we had gotten a new busboy, and we will call him, Joseph. That's actually really close to his name, but I've already decided the name, so we're going to call him Joseph. So Joseph started working at my restaurant. Oh, excuse that little dangly thing. He started working at my restaurant, and he didn't talk to anyone. He would not make eye contact with anyone. He wouldn't use the headset. He wouldn't tell us when a table was clean. We just pretty much had to find out for ourselves, which obviously was really hard on a Friday or Saturday night when we were trying to get things done, and we couldn't because he wouldn't tell us when tables were clean. So, we'd all make jokes like, oh, he must be antisocial. Oh my God, he must do this and all this kind of stuff. And, we were mean teenagers, whatever. And so finally, we were still in the generation of like for a to be honest or whatever. So I can't remember if it was me that posted it first or him I think it might have been me. And we were already friends on Facebook because I think, at that time I liked everyone that I worked with. So, we were all friends on Facebook. And so I added him on Facebook, to be nice. Oh, did that backfire? So he liked my status and, what was it? I think I told him like, you're really quiet, but, we're all really cool, whatever, you should talk more. I don't even know, like something stupid. And then he posted one and I liked it and I don't even remember what he said to me. It was probably irrelevant. So, it all started Monday, July 23rd, 2012 at 10 p.m. So this was during my summer vacation and I'd actually gone home to see my mom in Arizona. So I was out of town and he messaged me and he asked me if I was, just so you know, I do have my computer down here to reference all the crazy messages he sent me. I know, how resourceful. So he messaged me and asked me if I was free the next night because he needed a partner for trivia night at Applebee's, which, at this point, there wasn't really anything to be worried about yet. So I was like, well, I'm actually out of town, but how about, next week and whatever. And so he asked me, about, why I moved to where I am now. And he asked me about my mom's and all that kind of stuff. And so, I told him, like I said, nothing to worry about. And then, so the next week came and he asked me if I want to go to Applebee's. I was like, yeah, definitely, I'll be your partner, whatever. And it's me, him, and two of his other friends. And I did not know his other friends. I don't know how many people thought it was a date but it was not. Let me make that clear. It was not a date. So we went, and oh my gosh, it was so funny. It's like, okay, I was really chunky 3 years ago, and I was not cute. I was really ugly. I had short hair. I think at this time my hair was like a burgundy color, which actually didn't look too bad. But I was not cute, and so I just didn't understand why I made him squirm so much. It was probably just because I was a girl, and he was just not good with girls, and that's what I figured. So, you know, we're sitting at the table, we're having a good time, and he will not stop talking. And it cracks me up, and like, you could see his hand was like kind of shaking a little bit, just because he was nervous, whatever. But it was just so funny to sit there and see him. And finally, you know, his friends would jump in like, so, Angel, and, you know, talk to me or whatever. And it just cracked me up. So, let's see. So before all this happened, I don't know what I did. I must have posted something, but he just all of a sudden knew everything about me. And he was like, so you want to be a lawyer? Oh, you're taking psychology. Oh, you want to, oh, how funny, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. So, oh geez. Seriously, this kid would not stop talking to me. I probably just should have sat down before this video and picked out all the crazy messages. So after Applebee's happened, he asked me to go the next week, and I don't think I did. I think I was like, no, you know, I'm actually busy, whatever. Oh, okay. Here we go. So then, let's see. That was July 31st. So maybe it wasn't the next week. Maybe it was. I don't know. So that was July 31st that we went to Applebee's. August 1st, he asked me if I wanted to go bowling, because I just don't want to go only with my brother. It'll cost like $7. And I was like, well, you know, I have plans. Sorry. And he was, August 2nd, want to go see a movie tomorrow or Saturday afternoon. And I said, I'm broke. And he was like, I was talking about the $2 theater, but I'll buy the tickets. And I was like, no, it's okay. And I was like, I don't like other people paying for me. And he was like, it's only $2. It's not like it's 10. And I was like, I just hate when people pay for me. And he was like, think of it this way. Then you'll pay me back, so now I won't be paying for you. I was like, no, you're still paying for me. And he kept trying to get me to go. And finally I stopped responding. This happens a lot, you'll notice. And he said, fine, but I do need a partner for trivia on Tuesday because my friends can't make it, so could you do that? And I said I was going to be, I was out of town. And he was like, I told him I was busy that weekend. He was like, well, you realize I was talking about next weekend, right? Like, how about that? And he was like, well, now you know I'm gonna ask because, or no, I'm sorry. Let me repeat that. Well, now you know I'm gonna ask, so try not to have anything planned. I'm sorry, who made you my mom? And I said, I'll try, no guarantees. And he texted me and asked if Hot Schedules was working, and I was like, I don't know. Find out for yourself. And he kept messaging me, and it would get to the point where he would message me, and I would not reply. And I mean, at first, you know, we were pretty good friends, but it's like at work, he wouldn't talk to me. He would not say a single word to me. And he kept telling me just about work. Are you free on Thursday? Oh, are you free tonight? Well, do you want to go to Applebee's tonight? Are you free tonight at 8-ish to go to the movies? How about Friday afternoon? If you can't do Friday, what day could you do? try to be free Friday afternoon. Otherwise, I'll ask about Sunday since we're both off that day. Okay, first of all, how do you know my schedule? I understand that our schedules are posted, but really, you know my days off? That is a little creepy. I was like, oh dear Lord, please help me. Let's see. Friday I can't. Sundays are my days with youth group. Okay, well, what time are you getting back from out of town tomorrow? I'd rather not give out my location just yet, just in case Joseph is watching. Then he'll know for sure that I'm talking about him. Oh, and this. So I was getting my hair done. This man, Joseph, texts me and says, so if I bought you a necklace and gave it to you, would you take it? Ha ha. Okay, what part of I don't like people paying for me even $2 do you not understand? And I said, no, I wouldn't be comfortable taking that from you. And he was like, well, I've been annoying my asking you to the movies. And I told him, I was like, well, it's not that. I just don't want you to end up getting the wrong idea about our friendship or anything. And he said, all right, plus we hardly know each other, so we're just a tad bit away from you to get the wrong idea, ha ha. And I said, okay, just making sure. And he said, well, I hear you loud and clear, ha ha, but are you free Saturday afternoon? Do you not hear what I just said? Do you want me to repeat? I would spell it out for you, but it's already spelled out right in front of you. Like, I said, no, I sleep all day if I close. Let's see. Oh, goodness. He asked me about youth group and, he kept talking about church and wanted to go to church with me. And then he said he's Zen Buddhist. Like, great, I didn't ask. And let's see, he asked me about school. Since I'm stubborn, are you free Monday? I said, I don't know what I'm doing Monday. And I said, it's 2 days before school starts, so I probably can't. And he said, well, it'll most likely be in the afternoon and not Friday, if that'll help. And I was like, I said, I don't know. And he said, well, you should ask. And I said, haha, okay. And he said, have you ever noticed, like, all of our messages have haha in it? And I was like, fantastic. Thank you. And I didn't reply. He said, how's it going? And he told me about how he got in a car wreck and how he wanted me to feel bad for him. And then I didn't respond. And he said, I'm not that silent at work, am I? Let's see. So then he said, well, you figured right about something. And I didn't respond. And he said, what's the O question mark on my status supposed to mean? And so then I accidentally messed up typing. Oh my god, this is gonna be a long video. I hope you guys are ready. I should probably put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. And I couldn't type. There was just something wrong with me. So he texts me. It's like, I don't respond. He sends me 3 more messages. He texts me and asks me how my day's going, and I don't respond. And he texts me, and it's like, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm going to school. And so one of his friends actually started working with us, and he was super cute. I had a huge crush on him. And him and Joseph were going to go see a movie. And I was like, oh my god, I've been waiting to go see that movie, talking to the friend. And And then he was like, well, yeah, you know, why don't you come with us? And he was like, I'll ask Joseph. And Joseph was like, well, yeah, of course she can come, like, whatever. And I have a huge crush on her, and I'm totally in love with her. Of course she could come. And so I went with them, and obviously I wanted to sit by the front. But how did the seating go? Let me show you. It went friend that I had a crush on, Joseph that is secretly in love with me, and me. So I didn't even get to sit anywhere near him. It was like Joseph was like, nope, you're not sitting next to her. I'm in love with her. I'm sitting with her. And I was like, well, great. I didn't want to sit. And so I sat to the far side of my seat just in case he tried to pull anything, like hold my hand or something. So he keeps messaging me after, and I was like, I should just ask him, hey, is your friend single? So that way maybe he'll get the idea. He didn't, and I kept telling him, hey, you know, just so you know I don't like you, like, whatever. And it's like, after that, you have no idea how rude to me he was at work. Oh, we have gotten into it so much. And it's gotten to the point where we were friends, he was a creepy stalker, and now we're just plain enemies. And it was... So, this went on for probably about 2 years that he just wouldn't leave me alone on Facebook. After I had never seen him post anything about Super Mario Brothers until I told him Super Mario Brothers was my favorite game ever. Who started posting stuff about Super Mario Brothers at least 3 times a day? Joseph. I told him about my favorite remix of a Hollywood Undead song. I had never seen him post anything about this Hollywood Undead song at all, original or remix version. Who started posting that on his Facebook page about 3 times a day? Joseph. He would come in randomly to eat while I was working. Like, oh, I didn't know you were working. Oh my God. Like, okay, great. Do not put him in my section. I don't want. And he just, oh, I wish I could just read all, I wish I could just sit you in front of my computer and show you all of these messages. Because he is a creeper. He'd ask me about my work schedule all the time. He would ask me to help him with his Washburn comp stuff and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, oh my God. And he texts me, good morning, good night. So were you guys busy tonight, or was it just like a normal Monday? And it's like, seriously? Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. So, moral of the story, kids, if you're thinking about being nice to someone, don't, it's not like it's gonna get you anywhere in the long run, because I'm almost 21, and all those people I was nice to, all my friends with, I didn't even make an impact on their life, except for, you know, Joseph, because, I made him fall in love with me, so, now that we're enemies, he'll never forget me, so... Don't. If you're thinking about being nice, don't. It will earn you a stalker.